Hey everyone, welcome back. Today, I'm going to be testing out the brand new vacuum mop called the Mova X4 Pro. It's designed for hardwood floors only, and it's packed with some features that I haven't seen before, like hot water spot cleaning and a self-cleaning brush that reaches the boiling point to keep that brush nice and clean. We're going to put it through some real world tests and some simulated messes to see exactly how well this thing performs. First, a little bit about the brand. Mova is a newer brand that was launched in 2024, and their goal is to make products that think and clean on their own, freeing up more of your time on your daily chores. They're building out an ecosystem of smart home tools, but today we're just going to focus on their X4 Pro vacuum mop. On paper, this is what stood out to me: 20,000 pascals of suction. That's a lot of power for a mop vacuum. A hot water spot sprayer to loosen up tough stains, and the brush actually cleans itself with boiling water and then dries itself with hot air, so you're not dealing with a smelly roller when you finish up cleaning. It also allows flat to go under furniture, and they even make the claim that it can clean all the way up against the wall at 0 millimeter gap coverage. Those are some big claims. Now we're going to see how this thing handles in real world use. When you get your Mova X4 Pro, here's what's going to be in the box: the X4 Pro vacuum mop itself, the docking station with the integrated brush cleaning and drying system, cleaning solution, additional air filter, cleaning tool, an extra roller, a user manual, and a quick start guide. So everything you need to get started is included. In my first test, I poured some coffee on the floor and let it dry for several hours. You can see the edges are dried up pretty well. Normally, you'd have to get down there and scrub this up, but with the use of the hot water sprayer that heats up to 176 Fahrenheit, it made easy work with this. And you can see how easy it broke that down. That was way less effort than getting down there on your hands and knees and have to scrub that up. And I wanted to try a second spot that was fresh without spray and see how it handled it. And it took that on like a champ. The second test that I performed was a wet-dry mess test. And I dumped some milk on the floor and then added some cereal in it as well. So I crumbled up some of it and I left some of it whole. Usually that would be a nightmare for a vacuum cleaner. The X4 Pro handled that with little to no effort and did not toss that cereal everywhere. Usually the brushes would push that cereal out. It picked up the wet and dry products without any hassle. Okay, literally in one pass, the floor was clean and I'm ready to move on. The next test is the hair test. And this is the one that most vacuum cleaners will fail on because they get tangled up in the rollers. So I threw down long hair and some pet hair to see how the Mova X4 Pro handles it in the rollers, because it has built-in scraper that keeps the rollers from getting tangled up with any hair. So after cleaning up all that hair, let's take a look at the roller so there's no cutting any hair out or having to clean that roller up. That's a big plus if you got pets or people with long hair in your household. This next test was the edge to wall cleaning test. Here I dumped out some coffee along the edge of the wall right up next to the edge of that baseboard. You can see that it's nice and full all the way up and down that edge there. Most vacuum cleaners leave a strip or sling coffee everywhere in this test. Mova claims 0 millimeter cleanup on both sides of the vacuum cleaner, and I can confirm that that is true in my test. Look how nice that is. When we ran the vacuum cleaner up against the wall, it got every bit of that coffee up. That's pretty impressive. Although I don't have any furniture to really test this next one out on, you can see right here how this vacuum can lay completely flat, meaning it might be able to get in areas that most vacuum cleaners cannot. It also has a little wheel on the handle that helps prevent causing any damage to your hardwood floors, which is a nice little touch. And this is probably my favorite feature of the Mova X4 Pro, the dock that cleans the roller with 212-degree boiling water and then dries it with hot air. So let me set up how I performed this test. All the tests that you've seen in this video prior to this one was performed with the single roller, and I never cleaned it one time, plus a lot more cleaning that I did as well during my testing of this. Now I want to put this on the docking station and see how well that roller cleans up. And you can see right here that that roller is pretty clean. And it smells pretty good too, because I used that cleaning solution that Mova included in the clean water tank. So that way we got a nice, decent fragrance that's on the roller and in our room when it cleans. Here's the full spec so you know exactly what you're getting. The suction power is rated at 20,000 pascals, driven by a 104,000 RPM motor. The hot water spray can deliver 10-second bursts to help loosen up any dried up stains. Mop speed is rotating at 450 RPMs on the roller brush. The water system has 16 outlets of hot water that continuously refresh. The brush wash comes in at a boiling point of 212 Fahrenheit that delivers a deep clean, and it's equipped with an auto dirt detection system. It's not only convenient, it's smart. And you can lay this flat at 180 degrees and go under any furniture that has a clearance of 9 centimeters. It can clean right up to the wall, absolutely, with no gap, all the way up to the wall. The battery life or runtime is up to 45 minutes charge, and it takes a pretty large hit if you turn on the hot water mode though. It brings it down to 25 minutes of run times because it's got to keep that water hot. And it weighs about 11 pounds. For noise level, when vacuuming, I got a reading of around 69 to 71 decibels when it was cleaning. Now, when you're cleaning the brushes, you get about the same as that as well for a short burst of time. When the drying mode is activated, it comes in around 58 decibels. Price is around $499 when it's not on sale. I've seen it as low as $379 though. So also be sure to check the show notes or the description below, because I'll share any discount codes that I can get to help you save a little bit of money. The warranty has a 3-year warranty, which is longer than most competitors offer. This application is for hardwood floors only. After testing, I think the Mova X4 Pro actually delivers on most of its promises. The hot water spray works surprisingly well, and the self-cleaning dock is a must-have. Plus, I think it looks sleek and modern, which is an added bonus. The downside is that this is not for carpet. This is for hardwood surfaces only. The run times top out around 45 minutes, which is adequate for most households. And the price is on the premium side of things at around $499 when it's not on sale. Be sure to check my show notes so I can save you a little bit of money if you're interested in the X4 Pro. But here's a solid plus. You get a 3-year warranty, where most vac mops in this category only cover you for 1 or 2 years. So having an extra year of coverage gives you a little bit more peace of mind. If you got hard floors and you want something that really cuts down on the gross part of cleaning, the X4 Pro is definitely worth a look. If this video helped you out, don't forget to like, hype, and consider subscribing. I hope to see you in the next one.